I reckon here's a crunch on some of my potato chips. We can get our second character done. I'm still, I am still following along with what's going on over here. Well, if they're not on board and this is feeling like they're being cornered, even in the face of having done something, even in the face of having committed murder, I don't know if I'd call it bad DMing. It's just that that is a choice to run the game that will have other consequences. But just remember that even cornered mice will turn around and fight and bite the cat that's chased them. Because consequences and repercussions aren't just things to keep PCs in check, too. Now, there might be another way. Like, I think I kind of get what you're going for, Bobicus. But if you're looking for them to pay the piper for killing that red wizard of Thay in cold blood, there might be other ways to go about it. I'm not familiar with Sophie's choice. Can you explain that? Symbol of Pain is a spell, Dark Wolf. King wants to add a little bit more pizzazz to them getting captured. If their capture is an inevitability, yeah, how much do you want to spruce it up? That's up to you. Sophie's Choice was a movie about a woman who was forced to choose between her two children to be killed in a concentration camp. She was given the choice. Oh, okay. It does seem to be a rather specific outcome as you're talking about, Derek. And you know, Derek, especially on number 2, if the reason that this is happening is because they've made a poor choice, you know, just sort of like murder hoboed their way and got into this position due to that red wizard, how does this make them better players? How can you instill some kind of like a life lesson or something in them? You can encourage them, Bobicus. You can encourage them as much as you as much as you think that you can. I think it could do that, Bobicus. And I guess the question is, do you want that as a party dynamic? That's very much true, Derek. I mean, look. Try to rationalize vampire. Why, and you know, and this is arguably a fault of World of Darkness. Why would 3 to 5 or 6 different vampires from different clans want to get together and do things together? That's rhetorical for you, but it's showing I get it. Hmm? Well, you know, Bobicus, as long as you're going into this with both eyes open, I appreciate you bringing this conundrum up to us. It's causing a lot of us to think. Yeah, Derek. If I don't trust my party, why am I with them? A bunch of little carrot snakes going on in here. Let's roll a percentile to find out what character we have. Ooh, almost. We're so close to having a multi-class character. We do have a male. A male 5. We have a 3rd Dragonborn in this party. Who's either going to be blue or bronze, depending on odds or evens. Evens, bronze. Yeah, I get that that point, Derek. You know, because there's an overarching force of, you know, if you don't get together, then you will, you know, you will die. Yep, Dark Wolf, another bronze Dragonborn. His alignment is chaotic neutral. He is level. Ooh. He is level 20. We're going to be making a 20th level character tonight. Let's find out how many feats he has instead of ability score increases. At 62, oh, it's all stat gains. All stat gains. His background is a Charlatan. Charlatans have D6 cons that they pull off, a number 3. And his personality types are 3 and 5. His personality traits, I mean. Then we have a 3-1-5 for an ideal, a bond, and a flaw. I am still following along with this conversation because it's an interesting conundrum. And you know what? While there's a lot of different opinions out there, I think it's good to share your thoughts and your communal or critical thinking. King wants to call this character Charles the Charlatan. Well, Mola, if you're playing a character, you would just get to make that decision yourself. Feats are an option in 5th edition. Your DM might not allow them, but your DM may allow them. Anytime you would normally get an ability score improvement, you could instead choose to take a feat. So for purposes of what we're doing here with a random character, we're providing a random chance to replace a certain number of ASIs with feats instead. Okay, now let's determine what his class will be. Big golden D12. I don't know what to tell you. It's a 1 in 12 chance, and what do you know? Let's at least find out which kind. There we go. College of Lore Bard. As a Dragonborn, he starts at 5'6". We're going to add 2d8 inches to his height. 13. So he's going to be 6'7". Yep, Dark Wolf, you got it. We're going to take the same 13 and multiply it by 2d6 and add that to his weight by 3. We're adding 39 pounds. That's 205. That's 214. 214 pounds. And his age will be determined with a percentile roll. 88. He is old. Dragonborn. An old Dragonborn is between 66 and 75 years old. That's a D10. 3. He's 68 years old. Yeah, he's a big boy, Diadems. Yep, another Grandpa Dragon Bar, Dark Wolf. Diadems, if you just came along, up here, just last night, we generated a 16th level College of Valor Bronze Dragonborn. Male bronze Dragonborn. He was a big one also. I guess my character won't be falling in love with him then. Yeah, Bobicus, I mean, you're certainly going to be running a social experiment at your table, and I'd like to hear how it goes. She does fall in love so easily, lady. And you know what? I bet he's going to be very charismatic. Pardon me. All right, we have finished our random number generation. Now, let's go to Charlatan and find out what we're getting. We had another Charlatan, didn't we? Yes, we did. Faedra. Lady Atara is is the alter ego of the Charlatan Faedra. Now we have another Charlatan whose con... Oh, no. Lady Atara. This is the con of our new character. I insinuate myself into people's lives to prey on their weakness and secure their fortunes. Derek asks, can anyone else come up with a reason their character would be growing from this described experience? Can come up with a reason their character would be growing from this described experience. Yeah, I'm not sure, Derek. All right, we know deception and sleight of hand. There's our sleight of hand. Here's our deception. We are going to be proficient with a These Guys kit. And a forgery kit. We will have a set of fine clothes. A disguise kit. Tools of the con of your choice. So if he insinuates himself into people's lives, this is probably some kind of like perfumes and other social amenities to allow him to woo others more easily. belt pouch and 15 gold. He gets a false identity also. Lady Atara, it was me, confesses King Von Ale. I killed your Dragonborn lover so I could make a better jazz instrument out of his scales. But alas, I have no lips to play jazz. Lady Atara knew it. King Von Ale, you don't want me to love you, to love anyone but you. I will exact my revenge. Yeah, just don't tell my wife. Well, Lady Atara, if you or anyone else out there has an idea for his false identity, please let me know. But as you get a false identity as part of this background, you have all the paperwork, a signet ring, or whatever else that needs to come along with this alter ego. Okay, his personality traits now are 3 and 5. Oh, scrolled a little too far. I see omens in every event and action. The gods try to speak to us. We just need... Wait a second. That's... How did I get all the way up to, Alright, there we go. Ha! Well, he was gonna be... he was gonna go to seminary school, but he dropped out and became a hooligan. There we go. Flattery is my preferred trick for getting what I want. And wouldn't you know, that really fits in with his con. And 5. I lie about almost everything, even when there's no good reason to. We have another elderly male bronze dragonborn, a bard, that we generated last night. Although this one is a college of lore instead of a college of valor. Rykon. His ideal is number 3 as a charlatan. Charity. I distribute the money I acquire to the people who really need it. Bonds, number 1. I fleeced the wrong person and must work to ensure that this individual never crosses paths with me or those I care about. So he's playing some constant defense, it seems. And his flaw is number 5. I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me. Personally, I think Wizards of the Coast Dice seed just must like to land on 2. Lomington, he can have my Dragonborn character, Cypress, as his false identity. Through a series of failed assassinations, every monastery he ever lived in burnt to the ground, leaving no one who can vouch for his credibility. What a series of unfortunate events, Lomington. Yeah, we have quite the character here, Lady Atara, don't we? King says, just like how the Roll20 dice are all skewed to land on more less than 10 rolls. I thought, didn't they publish something, though, King, where they constantly are testing their RNG, and it just it's proven to be average? Or is this anecdotal, or is this provable or something, that Roll20's dice are just naturally their D20s are just 10 or less? That's right. That's right, lady. You can be the one to change him. I don't really suggest that mentality. Anecdotal after sitting on it for 4 years. Yeah, well, you've put in work in Roll20. All right, that is his background. Now let's see what being a Dragonborn gives us. This is our third in the party. There we go. Strength score increases by 2. Charisma increases by 1. We are medium-sized creatures who speak Common and Draconic. We have a move speed of 30, or a run, so that's going to give us a 15 climb, 15 swim, 0 fly. We are bronze, and therefore I'm going to copy this. Although with his level, it is... Nope, it is capped at 5d6. Okay. Damage resistance is lightning because we are a bronze dragon, so I'm going to fill in that dot here. And there we go. We got it. Congratulations, we're Dragonborns now. How do you feel? Go back down to Bard. We are a D8 hit die class. We're level 20, so we have a full 20 of them to use to recuperate. We are going to have light armor proficiency. Let's see. Simple weapons. Simple hand crossbows, long, short swords, and rapiers. Dexterity, charisma are the save proficiencies for our class. We are going to also receive instruments times 3. We're proficient in 3 musical instruments. Again, a reminder, you can always try to petition your DM to give you some other kind of a skill. Not like history or investigation, but I mean a proficiency with an act. To breathe fire, to juggle, to be able to balance on a ball, or something along those lines. Lady says, I got enough problems. Rycon, have you considered using DM's Guild classes archetypes to spice things up, or do you want to keep the channel D&D? It's not so much the trademark content that I'm focused on with this Rycon, but because I want this to be entry level for the most part. I want this to be D&D 101. I want to show on a consistent basis everything you can do with just the core rulebooks. Now, Rycon, a couple weeks ago, we did splash in Volo's Guide to Monsters, and we made some monstrous race parties. And I was able to show that off. And I might be able to do the same with some other content. Maybe one week we go to the Sword Coast Adventurers Guide, and we showcase class options and backgrounds from the SCAG, S-C-A-G, Sword Coast Adventurers Guide, or some other book. And that way, we'll stick with the book for the entire week, and we'll show it off and see what it can do. Hi, Alexander. We are generating our 5th random character for the week that will complete the party we are going to consider for tomorrow's campaign outline. Pat, is the page about the dice engine. Okay, there it is. Those your Roll20 stats, says Pat. King is going, poof, 4,189 hours. I was once a baby like you. I don't play as much as I once did. Mostly doing posts and such. Call me in 10 and a fifth days when you catch up to me. Yeah, me either. Haven't had to do game tests or anything lately. Yeah. King is looking down at Pat with his, his ancient undead eye sockets alight, and oh, you sweet summer child. We're gonna get to choose any 3 skills that would fit this character by virtue of being a bard. Flattery is my preferred trick for getting what I want, and I lie about almost everything. Well, we already have deception. I fleece the wrong person and must work to ensure that this individual never crosses paths with me or those I care about, and I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me. That almost sounds like perception, investigation, and persuasion. Alexander, when I say campaign for the purposes of what we do on this channel right now, we are going to sit down tomorrow and we are going to go over, in the first part, we're going to go over the party. We're going to draw together the stats and considerations of the party and make a quote-unquote party character sheet. Then, in part 2 of the broadcast, we are going to craft a campaign and provide an outline. We'll discuss ideas for battles or traps or scenarios. Although, when we started this week on Tuesday, I know for sure Derek offered some good ideas about it. I forgot who originally had brought it up. If it was Tin Cat or Rogue Infinity, someone along those lines, mentioned almost making a campaign that was a series of memories from a bunch of old guys sitting around a chessboard in a park or something along those lines. And I thought that would make a very interesting way to present a campaign. So, Alexander, we don't play D&D on this channel right now, but we do conceptualize it and try and empower you with ideas. So if you want to run D&D, it can inspire you and act as a springboard to then take this idea and flesh it out, put more detail on it, actually generate the encounters and go from there. Hi, Makoki. Good to see you again. Yeah, I really want to make it interesting for the chat, King. That is absolutely correct. It's not something that is played, it's conceptualizing and talking theory and batting ideas. Yes. That's the way of it. Oh, now we need to decide, do we want a strength bard or a dex bard? Maybe a little bit of both. Flattery's his preferred trick. He lies about everything. He distributes money. He swindles people. He's a swindler. I think going for a dex charisma build for him would really stand out. So if we did that, then we would probably give him, I don't know about a rapier. I think any simple weapon. What would be something in his idiom? What would be something? A dagger. A short sword would be interesting. And I guess you could always argue to your DM, again, not argue. Can I have a short sword instead? Those are finesse weapons instead of a rapier. We're proficient with short swords, so why not? So in lieu of that, I'm going to put down rapier to get the point across that we're going to go for a finesse build. But I still want to encourage you to have a dialogue, not an argument, with your DM about your initial starting weapons and how they could be used in other ways, or you can make alternate suggestions for your starting weapons. A diplomat's pack or an entertainer's? Oh, he is definitely the diplomat. He will pour honey in your ear. I mean, you can't do the same to him because he's a Dragonborn, so he just kind of has one of those, like, drums on the side of his head. A lute, or so a musical instrument. Leather armor. And a dagger. An anti-hero campaign? Well, shoot, if you had asked about that, I'm sorry if that had slipped my mind. To do an anti-hero campaign. So a bunch of not even unlikely heroes, but people who just don't want, they're not trying to be heroes. It just happens. We could set that for next week, Derek. No, anti-heroes, Makoki, they're people who do heroic things, but they don't really do it for, they don't do it to just be, they don't just do it to be heroes. They're very reluctant, or they don't want the fame, or they actually act as good guys, quote unquote, but they're begrudging about it, or they're doubtful in their own skills. Lomington proposing the name Lord Honeydrums. Lord Honeydrums. Helios, I'm tapping out for tonight. It's I'm still not on that summer break schedule of 1 p.m. to 4 a.m. All right. Thank you for coming along as long as you have tonight, Helios. We'll see you later. Hail Lord Honeydrums. Maybe this can be something along the lines of his false identity. Otherwise, I'm still writing this down because this does deserve to be enshrined in some way. Lord Honeydrums. Throwing centipedes at people. Well, you know, those Asian centipedes are actually quite poisonous, so that is an effective weapon. Oh, Lomington said, one of my DM runs an Asia-based game, so we reflavor weapons all the time to meet ancient Japanese weaponry. Yeah, there's an easy name conversion chart in the DMG for that sort of stuff, Lomington. Spellcasting, we're going to save till later. Alright, level 20 character. He gets all the things. Our inspiration, not inspiration, our proficiency bonus is a +6. We're going to end up knowing 4 cantrips. 1, 2, 3, und 4. Or ich ni san shi. However you'd like to pronounce it. In whatever language you use. We are going to be getting Bardic Inspiration / Cutting Words. And those are going to be D12s for this ability to give extra oomph to the actions of our friends in our party. Let's see. We are also going to be getting Jack of all trades. I like Tonfa, and your rogue had a Bagnaka. Yeah, like the Prince of Persia Claw and the Meteor Hammer. Coffee Cat, all of the things. Jack of all trades is going to give us half our proficiency bonus, rounded down, to all ability checks, therefore skills and initiative, in which you are not proficient. We are also going to receive Song of Rest. This is going to give our allies a little bit of extra healing when they spend their hit dice. Our Bardic College is just that. We'll go to school in just a little bit here. We have Expertise, and so in 4 skills, we will get to add our proficiency bonus twice to that skill because we're so good at it. Ability score improvements, we're going to get a total of 5 of them. Font of Inspiration. Beginning when you reach 5th level, you regain all your expended uses of Bardic Inspiration when you finish a short or long rest. Counter Charm. If someone is charmed, we can help break the spell upon them. Of course, we wish to, put our spell on others, but we can break when others want to go after what's ours. In Legends of the Wulin, instead of a weapons list, they just defined weapons as one of several tags. Heavy, flexible, ranged, sword, long/spear, staff, and saber. And you could spend 3 destiny to make your weapon unique and have 2 tags. Heavy staff could be Sun Wukong staff or a tree trunk. Flexible saber could be an Arumi, essentially a whip sword. Interesting. You can just make your own. Don't forget, especially with a spear, you put that little fuzzy red tassel on the end of it, and so as you're wobbling it around and you're trying to poke, it'll distract the eyes of your opponent because you have this like red little dingly dangly dongly on the end of the spear, keeping their eye off of the business end of it. That's right, fear the tassel, Lomington. We are going to learn magical secrets. We can choose 4 spells from any other casting class and treat them as bard spells. Well, because I'm going to be honest, I mostly just mentioned the whole feed the party Sophie's choice thing because I want to turn one of the players into a mole for the enemy after the choice, and it seemed like a complication worth mentioning. I think I can do it. I have a lot of carrots and sticks to throw at this particular PC, and the player is good. Hey, Delcorin, good to see ya. King says, yes, and you can shout, Ryosa, nest of dragons, and then peck them with many beaks of your lances. Mike the Canadian is here too? Delcorin, were you out drinking with Mike the Canadian so you two are stumbling in here together? Yes. Our 2nd bard and 3rd Dragonborn, actually. And this bard is an old male bronze dragonborn, like the old male bronze dragonborn of last night. Last night's bard was a valor, tonight's bard is a lore. Yeah, Bob, because if you think you can do it, give it a go and let us know how it works. Pilfer Pup. You. Hi. I am your favorite tavern keeper. Aw. Well, you know what I should do then, if that's the case? I just need to get, just like an old rag or something, and as I'm talking to you all, I'm just sort of like polishing the bar, or I'll keep some cups, and I'll just sort of like polish the cups as I'm streaming to you all here, as we're having a conversation and sharing stories. I need some sound bites of pouring ale. That can be easily enough arranged. So if that's the case, how about this, Pilfer? How about this? Tell me if this works for you. Calamity! Calamity's coming in with those very cute emotes. Hello to you. Just getting antsy as I haven't been in a game in over a week. Oh no, Mike's got the twitches. King Von LA at Bobicus, I mean, we're just warning you because it sounded like a trap situation where losing is the player's only option, and this has historically and routinely caused games to collapse, friends to break up, and destroys the feel of your entire campaign. If you're confident that you won't fall... Oh, thank you for the host one crit. If you're confident that you won't fall into that pitfall, then don't worry about it. You can only move forward with it and regret it later. Pilfer Pup, yeah, I love the nice background sounds. Hey, just for you, buckaroo. Cute emotes, I thought that was Mercy making a lewd face. It goes very well, Calamity. We are building a bard, a level 20 bard. He's an epic bard. And by the way, oh, he is quite the schmoozer. You think maybe turn it down by half? It's too loud? Sure. No problemo. Hopefully that is better. Hey, yeah, there's a Mercy for you. Yes, one crit. Now, one crit. We had an elderly male bronze dragonborn bard last night who is a Valor. Tonight, we randomly generated an elderly male bronze dragonborn bard who's a lore, a college of lore. It's perfect. King's eyes are apparently just garbage. So if that's, I mean, look, if you're a lich, that just means you got like a little, like some straw wrappers or something kind of blew in there and flew around. So you just sort of have to like scoop them out. Calamity, I thought her mouth was a tongue and her eyes were crisscrossing, but thanks, I could use the healing. Calamity needs more bronze dragonborn bards. Good. Good. Oh, yeah, so King, you thought that she had the Ahega face? Valor lore, I really need to Google some of these terms. Makoki, a bard is half of the class. There are two options. So if this is bard, you can specifically be a College of Lore bard. This means you study secrets, you know spells, you're more of a magical bard. You can perform, you can do more things in that regard. Or from your bard core, you have bard core. Yeah. You can go College of Lore, or you can go College of Valor. That means you're a frontline fighter, but someone who inspires people with song and magic and swordplay. You know, you're not sitting in a library or necessarily performing in a tavern, though you're on the front lines, or at least you have been, and you know some tales. And so you're like a battle bard. Yeah, Makoki, think of them as subclasses. That's one way you could do that. Yes, Bubonic One, another bard. But look at it this way, Bubonic One. It is another elderly male bronze dragonborn at that. Wilmington, so many bards. This may be a campaign taking place in the college campus. Its study group, a D&D adventure. You know, Wilmington, we made a party and a campaign around a band. They were called the Healing Words, and they traveled around trying to inspire people. If you'd like to see that, there's a link in the YouTube for the channel. King says, I used to watch this girl streamer play Chrono Cross, and one of her viewers made her an anime portrait. But when you scale the portrait down to the Twitch icon size, it looks like the Beldam from Coraline. Unfortunately, that's not coming to mind. There's another one too of what would be the third one? Is it a Bone Singer or something like that? Add more Beldam mariachi, says Makoki. A nice D&D mariachi band. College of Lore, when we gain this, we are going to get proficiency in 3 more skills of our choice. We're getting a lot of dots over here, aren't we? Considering he likes to con people, I think performance. Stealth is going to be important because he has to sneak around and prevent this wrong person from enacting revenge on him or the people he enjoys. And probably, let's see, his con is to try and ingratiate himself to people. Probably insight to try and read their feelings and emotions. That way he can manipulate them and kind of like get under their skin. So we need a red one that they can spit straight flames and rap. The false identity, as you may see the name here, he is known as Lord Honeydrums, and that came from earlier when we discovered he was a Dragonborn. And I said, oh yeah, so he's the type of person who'll pour honey in your ear. However, as a Dragonborn, he doesn't have ears. He just has those like drums in the side of his face. And so it was proposed over here that he be named Lord Honeydrums because of because of how suave he is. Oh, okay. Ooh, look at that thing. Interesting. Also, Calamity's going on a trip through the plains. What else do we get for being in the College of Lore? We get cutting words. That's already included down here in Bardic Inspiration. Additional magical secrets at 6th level. Okay. Under Archetype, then, we are getting additional magic secrets. This is going to be an additional 2 spells from... this is going to be an additional 2 spells from any other caster's list. And we are going to receive Peerless Skill. Starting at 14th level, when you make an ability check, you can expend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration. Roll a Bardic Inspiration die and add the number rolled to your ability check. You can choose to do so after you roll the die for the ability check, but before the DM tells you whether you succeed or fail. So you can, we're rolling D12s by this point. That means you can roll a D20 and then add in a D12, add in your modifier, and boom, you could just rock a particular skill check. Well, lady, if you gotta go to bed, you gotta go to bed. Stops on a 1, and Calamity... a goblin pops out, Calamity is fumbling with his sword, and falls on the sword. Oh no. Have a great night, Lady Atara. Sleep well. See you later. No, I completely understand, Lomington. They have a certain weight and girth to them that cannot be ignored. Plus, they're a very uncommon die to roll. Not a lot of things use D12s. Yep. Ripperonis, Calamity. You can all... Calamity, if you want, we can drag you back to a temple and try and resurrect you. You might not be the same coming out as when you went going in, but if you do an exclamation point res please, R-E-Z-P-L-Z, you can kind of respawn back into the world and go get him again. And King also rests in peace. Yeah, we can be dead together. There you go, Calamity. You come back as a male halfling fighter. How about that? By the way, Calamity, definitely hang out with King, as you are now. All right, so congratulations. We are a Dragonborn bard with a personality. We now, well, like, we've built our car. Now let's drop the engine into our car, and that's going to be conveyed through our stats. He definitely is not just by virtue of being a bard, a charismatic character. His background is all about his charisma. So when we take the standard array of beginning ability scores, I definitely think that we should be dropping the 15 in charisma. He's not really a strong guy. I think dexterity could be a 14 here. Those are 15 and 14. If we put our 8 in strength, that'll at least make him average strength. Constitution is important. He's healthy. He is elderly, but he carries himself well. And especially for Dragonborn, Constitution is important. Is an important number for their. It's an important number for their breath weapon. So if we go 13 here, go 12 wisdom and 10 intelligence. I think this would be a fairly good spread. Let's see, Bubonic one says 8, 14, 13. You wanted 12 in intelligence and 10 in wisdom. And 15. I'm glad we synced up on everything else. Given his personality and having to keep a better eye out for this rival or this person that he slighted, as well as using insight to try and pry into people's emotions and use them for gain, I think wisdom should be higher than intelligence, Bubonic. King comes back as a male half-elf fighter. I can only hope there's a wish to remove my human side. Well, if anyone's floating wishes out there, maybe you can, maybe you can go, please, and ask someone to wish the human away. Well, I mean, he's kind of wise, but in particular, perception and insight are very important to him. Yeah, you'll have to go adventuring as normal. Does that mean you gotta get a loan of EXP from someone, King? So if we add this in, he's gonna have a 10 strength, and he's gonna have a 16 charisma. This is super suave Dragonborn. Of the 5 ability score increases he gets, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19. All of them are the stat bumps. He's not taking feats. I think 2 of those are going to go into charisma to give him his natural maximum of 20. In 5th edition D&D, you cannot naturally go higher than 20 in a stat. Dexterity is going to be important as well. I think we should bring that up to at least a 16, and now we've used 3. From here, boosting Constitution could be very interesting. If we used one here to bring it to 15, that would give him more hit points, and his breath weapon would be a little harder to dodge. Gotta head to bed. Best wishes. Well, Derek, you gotta send a wish over to King to strip away his humanity. Anyway, have a great night, Derek, and thank you for trying to noodle over things with the group here as we're trying to help like understand and give feedback to Bobicus on the situation, what's going on there. Now, if we do that, we have one more ability score increase to load up here. We could do something like bump his constitution up once more, because it could be 2 points into one ability or 1 point into 2 abilities. If we did that, we could increase constitution to 16, and then we could put the stray 1 in strength. Now, that will not increase his modifier. What that will do is make it so his carrying capacity is a little higher. He can push, pull, lift, and drag a little bit more at an 11 than he could at a 10. Otherwise, if we're like, nah, that seems fine, we could just put the 2 into wisdom, or we can bring his intelligence up to 12 to meet his wisdom. I think with what I was discussing with Bubonic One, it might make sense to put the last bump here in wisdom and give him a 14. Here we go. So Dark Wolf was very busily sketching away at our other elderly statesman. This is Lord Honeydrums at your service. I guess his ears are kind of behind the frills over here. I like the little ascot you gave him too, Dark Wolf. Lord Honeydrums. Oh, gosh. For those of you... Oh, jeez. A quick anecdote from the public game that I run in my game store of Curse of Strahd. There's no spoilers. You don't have to earmuffs. The donkeys that were pulling the carts full of PCs from one town to the next had unfortunately died in an attack on the road. And the party was in a bit of a conundrum. What do? We have to make progress. We can't stay on the roads. We can't stay on the Old Svalich road because we're going to be assaulted by wolves, dire wolves, bats, dire bats, centipedes, dire centipedes, whatever, right? It just so happens that they have the ability to cast Animate Dead. And after a bit of a discussion that will be fleshed out when I do the adventure diary over in the Discord, the 2 donkeys were brought back as undead to tirelessly pull the carts through the night to make it to the next city. The term that was lovingly coined at this table for what had just been created were zombadonks. That's right, we had zombadonks. Pulling the carts through the Old Svalich Road's mud to get to the next town. And some jokes ensued from there. Yup. Zombadonks. The things that happen in D&D. Lord Honeydrums and zombadonks. Oh, shame on me here. We're actually, I'm getting a little ahead of myself because as a bard, we have to consider a few things. Still want to know how their names were decided? It's a band name for our bards, the Zombadonks. Hey, Makoki is going on an adventure through the plains. Alright, so Makoki, if you're attacking normally, it's exclamation point 1d20. Alright, our saving throw as a bard is unchanged. Our strength saving throw is based on our strength modifier, therefore 0. Now, if you remember, because of Jack of all trades, any skill in which we are not proficient still receives half proficiency. Therefore, athletics, despite us having a 0 modifier to strength, will have a 3. Alright, Makoki rolls. 8 plus 1 is 9. Makoki, you just barely managed to defeat the bandit gang. Congratulations. You have earned 100 experience points. Oh, you know what? We need to also choose 4 skills which have expertise. Which 4 skills is he very good at doing? Deception, by the way, is definitely one of those things. This guy is a deceiver. Lord Honeydrums is a silver-tongued bronze dragonborn. Sleight of hand to pull his cons, I definitely would give to him as well. Persuasion, I think he's a very persuasive person. And aside from that, either insight or perception. One of those is really standing out. What would it be? Probably insight, because he really likes to read people and he really likes to manipulate people. Fear the honey. Fear the drum. Hopefully I have a somewhat decent Darkest Dungeon narrator's voice. I haven't necessarily been practicing, but the weird kind of graveliness and cadence mixed with the odd words that game uses in its dialogue, it has its own weird mystique to me. Have the cleric driving the cart being pulled by the Zombadonks and turn them so they move at full speed away from the cleric. Right? You know, ya mule cast. Ya. Turn. Ya. That's great. So instead of the carrot in front of the donkey, it's a turn behind him. Oh, you like it, Diadems? Alright, so there's our expertise. Continuing down then, our saving throw is going to be at a 9, as that is our dexterity modifier plus our proficiency bonus. Acrobatics is 3 plus 3 from Jack of all trades. There's a 6. Stealth is going to be a 9. However, sleight of hand, this guy's got the fast fingers. 15, because he has expertise. That is your proficiency bonus twice, plus your ability modifier. Alright, Lomington, thank you for hanging out with us and laughing and providing commentary. It was nice to have you. So Lord Honeydrums is known properly by Lyeer, Bronzebrone. Lyeer Bronzebrone, a.k.a. Lord Honeydrums, thank you. My language is far too complicated for your mouth to pronounce, my dear. You must have a silvered tongue, yes. Captain Vanderclock, hey guys, at a fuel stop with Wi-Fi. What are we building? We are building another elderly male bronze dragonborn bard. Just like we did last night. However, this one is a college of lore instead of a college of valor. And this guy is a charlatan. He is quite the playboy. He enjoys manipulating people, understanding people, and, ooh. Continuing down, Constitutions 2. Our intelligence saving throw is 0. Arcana 3, History 3, Nature 3, Religion 3, Investigation is 6. We have now Wisdom is 2, Animal Handling is 5, as is Medicine and Survival. Perception is 8, however, Insight is going to be 14. He can read you very well. You still want to do a 1 background party, though the 1 race party could be cool too. He's an old classic bard. Yeah, he'll, you know, woo and then sneak in through the window at an appointed hour. Makoki draws from the deck of many things. Fool. You lose a level. Discard this card and draw from the deck again, counting both draws as one of your declared. So Makoki, Darkwolf granted you 50 experience points, so you could draw again for free from the deck of many things. Charisma is an 11 as a saving throw. Deception, oh lordy, 17. And 17 Persuasion. Lord Honeydrums here is going to be putting in work despite his advanced age. Performance is 11 and Intimidation is 8. Makoki draws from the deck. The Moon, you're granted the ability to cast the Wish spell 1d3 times. Alright, Makoki, yep, you got it. Darkwolf is guiding you on the way. Awoo! Follow my signal. Awoo! By the way, Dragonborns don't get dark vision. Awoo! Passive perception is 10 plus your proficiency modifier. Or not proficiency. Perception modifier. Therefore, he is definitely on the lookout. His eardrums are twitching. He is very perceptive. And imagine, if he had the alert feat, his passive perception would be a 23. Without even trying, 23. A mysterious voice sasses you. You again? You got a wish somehow, didn't you? You think you're all special. Hey everyone, look at me. I have some wishes coming my way. Fine. Fine. Take them and get out of here. You get 1 wish. Alright, now that we've dropped the engine into our character, why don't we, oh hey, a powerful devil. By the way, Darkwolf, the devil lives in the Underdark. So if you do the Underdark and defeat it, then you get double. Hit points. At first level, you get your maximum hit points. Oins, oins. There's your 8. Congratulations. Every level beyond that, so therefore 19, right? We're a level 20 character, but our first one was taken up. You'll get half plus 1 of your hit die. You're a D8 hit die class. Half of 8 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So we have 19 times 5. But wait, there's more. For every level of your character, so all 20, you get bonus hit points equal to your Constitution modifier, and therefore 2. Darkness, but not silence. What? Your answer appears as a gas spore. Only a 16 or greater can defeat it. You attack with advantage, adding a +5 modifier. It is worth 2,000 experience if defeated. She rolls. Stops on 4, and 13 plus 5 is 18. You've defeated the gas spore. Dark Wolf receives 4,000 EXP for defeating a gas spore and the devil riding upon it. There, Dark Wolf is creeping up. All right, so we're getting 40 bonus here. This is going to be 95, 135, plus that odd little 8. So we have 142 experience points as a very magically magical bard. Initiative is a dexterity check. Therefore, Jack of all trades applies. While we would normally have a +3 for initiative, due to Jack of all trades, this is a +6. Our armor class, well, if we're only wearing leather, but let's face it, by level 20, if you're still wearing leather armor, well, that's kind of cool, actually. But this starts at 11, plus your dexterity modifier. So unless he changes something, he's sitting on a 14 AC. To determine our attack, rapiers and daggers can use the dexterity modifier instead of the strength. So as we're proficient in both these weapons, we are going to be attacking with a +6. Rapiers are 1d8 points of damage, plus bonus damage equal to the modifier you use to calculate the hit. I'm not going to worry about the cantrips just yet. Spellcasting is kind of one of the last things that we do. We go down to spell slots. We have 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. We get the big boy spells at level 20. I mean, technically we got the big boy spells at level 17, but we can cast a wee little bit more. Another devil, come at me. And King Von Vale comes at Dark Wolf. Oh, Makoki, you lost your Wi-Fi. 2 more hours of your drive. All right, have a great night, Captain. Let's see. Ooh, we're gonna know quite a number of spells here. Darkwolf goes back into the darkness, but not silence. A Durgar slaver appears to try and bind the Awu. 16 or greater, what happens? Disadvantage? 11 and 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. And unfortunately, Darkwolf has a heavy collar set upon her, and she is drug off into the dark tunnels of the Underdark. All right, Makoki, enjoy what you're going to eat. Make sure you bring some back for the rest of us. To determine your attack modifier for spells, you proceed as you did for your weapons. Only this time we're casting off of charisma, not dexterity. Well, I mean, I guess we're attacking off of it, I should say. So we have a +11. Woo! To determine how difficult it is to resist the effects of your spell, add 8. Bink. There we go. DC 19. Spiders are the Awus of the Underdark. Also, we have 5 uses of Bardic Inspiration because that is based on our Charisma modifier. Congratulations, that's pretty good. Dark Wolf comes back as a female tiefling sorcerer. Well, you better swish responsibly. It's been a while since we've had that warning going on in here. Alright, all that's left, well, let's see. We cast off Charisma, 19 save, we have a plus 11 to attack. We had our Bardic Inspiration / Cutting Words that are D12s. We get to use 5 of them per short rest or long rest. Bard. Here we go. Cantrips, we know Ichi ni San Toshi. Four, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1. Nope. 2, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, that got Bobicus. Swish his tail irresponsibly. Hey, you unswish that tail right this instant, Missy. Haven't had a tiefling since Mezzo. Yeah, that's true. It has been a while since we had a tiefling. And here we have 3 Dragonborn, just kind of randomly, right? Okay. Now, to do your to calculate your spells, this isn't done in the way that you're not like a druid or a cleric where you know all your spells. You are given a fixed number of spells that you just intrinsically know. So if we come down here at level 1, you get 4 spells. Congratulations. If you look at level 2, you get another spell. You now know 5. However, you can't cast outside of the first level spell slot, so it must be there. At level 3, if you look, you can suddenly have, you can cast second level spells twice, or you can bump up a first level spell to be as powerful as a second level spell slot. If we do that, congratulations, here's level 3. Now, this is kind of one more advanced step. You can also, in addition to learning your new spell, you can move a spell to a new slot. Or you can kind of retrain a slot up if you wanted. So if you're happy with these 3 level 1s, you can take this when you level up to 3 and drop it down here and give yourself 2 level 2 spells. And then you just go back down to 4 level 1 spells. You can do the same by dropping spells that are higher level backwards. Begins unswishing a massive backlog of poorly swished tails. That's right, Bob, because for as much as you've been away, no one's been here waggling a finger at the waggling tails that have been swishing this whole time. Yeah, the mess you all have made. Bobicus is now going around in his maid outfit, just sort of like grumbling and the tails. Don't forget he gets 2 from any class. Yep, we'll include that bubonic one. Actually, if you notice, here at level 10, you see how we go from 12 spells to 14? Those 2 spells are your magical secrets. And that happens one more time at level 14, when we go from 16 spells known to 18. Oh yeah, Pat, bark, 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 bark. Remember to swish your tail responsibly, Pat. And really, because we are a College of Lore bard, we are going to be getting another 2. To be fair, I haven't had a swishable tail in a while, just my normal wagon tail. Just my wagon tail. So here's our level 4. And you'll notice that for a while here, every odd level, you can go up into the next spell slot. So here's 5, Here's 6, 7 and 8, 9. And now for level 10, you see that we are going to get our magical secrets. How you want to identify this, it's up to you. But you can do something like this. Let's say you want to get a... We'll go magical secrets / wizard spell. And there you go. That's one of your magical secrets, and you know that this is a wizard even though you're casting it off of there. And you know what? You come back because you can give yourself a cantrip. Let's go magical secrets / cleric up here. So there you go. There's your 2 spells. Now we continue. That was 10th level, and now we go at 11th level to 15. And by this level, we can cast 6th level spells if we wish. So we can go level 11. You'll notice that at level 12, we do not learn a new spell. We go from 15 to 15. But at level 13, we get a new spell and a new spell slot. So we can come down here to 13. There we go. Level 14, and by the way, if you even want to go, if you want to go in more detail, you can even go like level 10 magical secrets, etc. If you want. Or if you just know that level 10 and 14 are your magical secrets, again, label it in a way that makes sense to you and that you can explain to your DM if your DM says, whoa, hang on, that's a warlock spell. How are you casting Hunger of Hadar? And, you know, and all the shenanigans that come with it, And you're like, well, it's a magical secret. Well, let me see. And, you know, here it's written, magical secrets, Hunger of Hadar. So now we get this again, and I don't know, maybe we want some power. We'll take a level 14 magical secret, and we'll take this from the warlock list. And then we'll come over here and we'll take a level 6 spell. No, we'll take a level 7 spell. Oh, the absolute madness and blasphemy. And we'll dip into Druid. So there's level 14. Now if we come to 15, you'll see we advance and we learn one more. And we can cast 8th level spells. So, level 15. Level 16, we hold steady. Level 17, we get a new one. And then finally, oh, you know what? Do we get magical secrets 3 times? By 10th level, we've plundered magical knowledge. Choose 2 spells, including this one. You learn 2 additional spells at 14th and 18th. So there's that, and then we go back to 18, and we go, I don't know, here, and let's pick up let's pick up another bad boy. You know what? Level 9, we're going to do this the right way, and we're going to take a big, fat level 9 wizard spell. And now that is going to finish out our spells, because if you notice here, we do not learn any more new spells, 18, 19, 20. However, because we took College of Lore, we do get 2 bonus magical secret spells. And that was by level... 6th level. So throughout here too, we would have done something like, I don't know, we could have dropped it in here. And remember, because you can carry things forward, when you hit your final 2 levels, let's say that you had your magical secrets floating around here, you can retrain one of your spells to be of higher level. So you could end up with your spell sheet looking something like this. We have level 6 additional magical secrets wizard here in a 7th level slot. And we come back here and we want a really solid really solid level 5. And we'll go, I don't know, cleric or something. So you can see, this is an example on how to go about doing this. Hopefully that makes sense. Glitch Mouse, currently trying to work on world building on a phone at a hotel. Well, Glitch, is there anything that we can do to help you out? You may be working at it on your map or on a phone on a hotel, but hey, I have a whole screen up here, and if you need help, maybe we can whip something up in a text document or some MS Paint, and or otherwise just inspire you. So if you take that writing pad that most hotel rooms have, we can give you a ton of great ideas for you to use. Pat's drooling on the carpet while on a cat-shaped chew toy. Oh, you dragged yourself out of bed to make ramen cup and now sitting at the table too tired to get the stove going. If you, I don't know if you have one, Dark Wolf, but if you have a Keurig machine, you can use the hot water from your Keurig machine to make ramen. Go turn that stove on. Use the power of friendship. Believe in me who believes in you. And Bubonic Meteor Storm. Alright, I'll try, she says. So for the pitch for the mole, it's going to go down something like this. Essentially, the bare bones of the pitch is going to be, quote, look, your friends have just pissed off some powerful people, and they're useful to us right now, but your friend's best chance of surviving is if we have someone we can trust looking after them and making sure that they don't get any funny ideas about abandoning the mission we're going to give them. We want that person to be you. Get them to complete the mission, and you, your friends, your loved ones, and your friends' loved ones will all make it out of this alive. Not only that, completing this mission is of the utmost importance to Thay, and you will be considered a valued informant under my direct command and protection, which can be a very lucrative position, and is your best chance of keeping my colleagues' assassins' blades at bay. Very mysterious. A sign of good faith here is a sword of Dragonbane and a ring of fire resistance. And the person giving this speech will be standing in a zone of truth they're using to interrogate. Yep, you'll have to make the noodle cup now. Boils water, pours into a ramen cup, waits a couple minutes. Or an electric kettle, that's right, Coffee Cat. You're currently working on a map ideas. Geography, climates are a pain. So Glitch, would you like a little bit of help on our end then to work on geography and climates for your map idea? Yeah, a hot tap and a water cooler at work can do that too, King. Eltrion, hey Maddie, hey Chad. I hope everyone's having a great evening, day, or night. Thank you. I very much am, Eltrion. We just built another Dragonborn, another Bard, and another Charlatan all in one. This has been a very interesting party. There are, but it's just not the same as being able to share the journey with other people, Bobicus. So, congratulations. Here's Lyeer Bronzebrone, a.k.a. Lord Honeydrums. The gentleman, the suave gentleman. I'm going to go AFK to refresh myself. I'll be back in 5 or so minutes. I don't need like a long break or anything. And when I come back, Glitch Mouse, I'll talk to you a little bit through text in the channel here to see if we can help you out do this world building. Okay? And when we come back, oh yeah, I have a few things on my computer at home, just don't have the laptop right now. Okay, well, you know what? We can still help you out, Glitch Mouse. I just need a little bit to get up and get going, so stick around and we'll help you out.